Hello, and welcome to Chad Evans Entertainment. My name is Chad Evans, and in this video, I want to talk about scales, how important scales. A lot of you already know scales are very, very important, and it's so important that you memorize your scale, all the major scales. Then there are other scales too that we can get into later on, like the melodic minors and harmonic minors, and you have diminished scale, the whole tones, all of those things. That's later. But the major scale is very important. Now, I want to give you young players some advice on how to practice your major scales. For the most part, maybe grade school and middle school, or then you go into high school, you've been playing your scales from root to root. Da 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 da. You warm up in band, da da da, every time, right? So, let me tell you where I'm going with this. So, I'll get a student that's working on some special event coming up, and they're kind of advanced, right? So I'll ask them, do you know your scales? Oh yeah, I know my scales. I said, well, do you know the G major scale? Yeah, 1 sharp on your saxophone. Oh sure. Play that scale from C, start on C, go up to C, and come back down. And I get this. 9 times out of 10, I get this. And as soon as they hit the F sharp, they're like, They pause for a moment. Now, the reason for that is you've been playing scales. You've been doing that for like 4 years, right? So as soon as you play a scale from a different mode, you get thrown off. So that's what I want to talk about today, on how to practice your scales in a way that your mind and your ear is accustomed to hearing that different sound. See, this sound right here, we're not accustomed to hearing that sound. Now we can get into Lydians and Mixolydians and all that. I'm staying away from that. I'm just talking about playing a major scale, which is what all those modes are. Major scale from different degrees. So, what you want to do to be more proficient in your scale, practice them root to root, then start on the 2nd degree and go up 1 octave. 3rd degree. And all the way up, right? Also, play your scales starting from the top and then going down. Get used to that. And keep going, right? So that's what you want to do with your scales. One other note. Take that scale, whatever scale you're working on, G or B flat, go to the lowest note on your horn that's in that key and play it up to the top note, the very top note in that key. That really opens up your ear. Your mind is used to hearing that sound. Your ear is used to hearing that sound, and your mind is connecting the fingers to that way of playing. So the scales, major scales, that's how you want to practice them. And I want to tell you this too, and I'm going to do this in another video. Most of the music that you see, whether it's a sonata or an etude or something in band, music is composed of mostly scales, thirds, da 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 da, and chord values. What I mean by that is there may be a passage with a major 7th in it, and maybe a passage with a minor 7th in it. And so what I am showing my students before they even, just the other day, one of the students that I'm working with, before we played the piece, I said, where do you see any triads in there? And so after we identified, after I showed them where the triads were, I said, now play it. Very easy. So it's important that when you get a piece of music that you're just not getting, before you start playing it, try to identify some of the passages that you already know. If there's a passage and you say, oh, that's just a G major scale, it's just starting on the 3rd degree. Oh, that's just a dominant chord coming down. You should be able to do that and identify certain events in that piece of music that you're already familiar with. Of course, there are going to be 30% of the music is going to be something that you haven't seen before, and you got to really shed that, right? But if you really work hard on your scales, memorize them, all your chord values, majors, dominant, minor, half diminished, augmented, and also do triads and sevenths, and your minors. Those are very important. Put some serious focus on those three, and that will get you far in music. Okay, see you on the next video.